the world's best real Land Cruiser review team.
The Shed Life Club has recently snagged a shiny brand new 250 Prado, and we're gearing up for an off-road test.
I'm going to throw an actual tape measure on the inside of these vehicles.
We plan to also bust a few myths regarding the Prado N300.
I'll straight up admit, guys, this is better.
Putting the Prado through its paces off-road is going to identify some major weaknesses that we intend on rectifying in the near future, as well as comparing this to a factory N80 Hilux off-road. This may be the episode that helps you decide which one's worth your hard-earned
Would you
cash.
buy a top-of-the-line, like, Kakadu altitude? Ooh, there you
Jeez, I'm a proud Land Cruiser owner.
Land Cruiser drivers. Guess that means we can park wherever the hell we want.
Nice Prado.
Nice Land Cruiser, mate. It's just like my Land Cruiser.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a Prado.
I'm a Land Cruiser.
This is a Land Cruiser. It's a Prado.
Land Cruiser.
Prado.
Land Cruiser. Bloody Land Cruiser. It says it on the mats. Why would it say it on the back of the key? That says Land Cruiser. See, mate? Land Cruiser. Oh, sure it says Land Cruiser back here somewhere. It does! Land Cruiser! 100 watt outlet. Wow, that'll show up my AA batteries I usually use. Damn it. It's missing a few cylinders. The new 70 series only has 4. Same engine. That means it's a Land Cruiser.
Oh, mate, it's missing half its engine. Look, I must admit, it does say Land Cruiser in many spots. Or maybe it is a Land Cruiser.
If that's the case, then have I got the shirt for you?
Oh, do you now?
Oh.
World's best real Land Cruiser review team. It must be. It says Land Cruiser in many spots.
Then we got Toyota on the badge.
Oh, jeez, he's
writing.
He's bloody got me there, actually.
Ah, we are wearing the world's best Land Cruiser review team t-shirts now.
So it must be true.
I don't think anyone has just done one video with all of the answers, but we're going to try and tackle as many as we can.
We're talking a tape measure, none of this spec sheet crap. We're going to throw an actual tape measure on the inside of these vehicles, and you're going to see if they are, in fact, the same size.
Not to mention, we're going to go and hit the rocks, do a bit of rock crawling, actually test it off-road. Weirdest looking Land Cruiser I've ever seen.
Jeez, mate, you bought a Land Cruiser.
Yeah, well, it says Toyota on it, so it's got to be a Land Cruiser.
As you can see, guys,
Let's go test it, eh?
brand new vehicle from the dealership, which can only mean one thing on this channel, and that is a sidestep delete at our local test track.
Put the window up so you can't see me. Feel any of those bumps on the way in. It's pretty nice.
It is extremely luxurious in here.
Well, let me just turn the aircon seats on.
Thought something had gone wrong then, but it's just air-conditioned seat.
The air-conditioned seats, I know.
Straight from the dealership to the test track.
Be rude not to test it off-road straight away, surely. This is hard yakka, four-wheel driving. You never see anything crazier, gnarly test in the world of a Land Cruiser. Real Land Cruiser review. None of this fake Land Cruiser stuff like the 76 or the 300.
Steve, we haven't ever put a factory vehicle through this track without losing a set of side steps. So it looks like today we're going to lose 2 sets.
I'd imagine 2 sets of side steps will be fat bars do same-day sliders, so they don't actually. Yeah, we got the LN up the top in case we get in trouble.
I've got my little Hilux here. Actually, I just want to test out my new torque converter, so I thought it's as good a time as any.
Yeah, if we were smart, we would have bought the 300 because there's a winch, but anyway, too late now. Now, this is the first time Brett's ever seen this track in real. What's your thoughts?
It's terrifying. It looks like the biggest puss track on the video.
On telly.
On telly. But when you see it in real life, it's actually terrifying. And this is the hard one over here.
Yeah, that's not even the hard one.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
No way. Count me out of that, gang.
We've said it a couple times actually. It's really hard to show how gnarly this little. It's only 5-10 meters long, and nothing really too bad can happen except break your car. Like you're not.
Oi. Oh, I think my butthole just took a bite out of the seat. Dude, that's psycho.
Okay, so something we haven't actually done before is show you guys the tracks. So there's a couple of just like really nothing tracks down there.
There's a nothing entry there, or we'll call this the beginner's entry.
We sort of start to step it up to the intermediate level. We got a couple big steps here.
Depending on wheelbase, this particular one always ends up landing people into a tree.
Can catch you out.
Hence the lack of bark on the tree.
Yeah, and you are dealing with, so on a track, if you're seeing black marks like this here, and on the next step here, chances are you got what's called what's it called?
Double step.
Double step, that's the one. I'm going to call that intermediate, actually.
Looks like we got a new exit here too.
That's sort of just past it. Let's go with 7 out of 10 hardness. It can catch you out, this one. It caught me out in the K truck and I lost my brakes and ran back and slammed into a tree. Yeah, I reckon this could be more of a 5, 6 out of 10.
I mean, it's deceiving, like no one realises, but it's a double rock step, and the first rock is...
Oh, I'd say that one's a 6, 7.
The first rock is that big.
You've got a doozy of a step here, but it is more rampy just over to the right there, so you can get up this one with a bit of an angle. Yeah, maybe not this bit, it's undercut. So moving up.
This one quickly ups the ante though, with a double rock step.
Yeah, so that's pretty up there.
And there's 2 in a row.
That is a step collector if I've ever seen one.
It's also a step collector.
It's also a step collector, but you can find some nicer lines to get around that low clearance situation. Actually comes with 32s factory, which is unheard of. Most cars are like 29s. It's a 265/70 on an 18-inch rim. You can go 2 inches larger than that legally in, I think, just about every state, which brings you, I believe, to a 315. I could be wrong. It could be 5 millimeters out.
Welcome to the advanced line. Now, this is, I mean, well, I'm always twin locked when I do it. It's pretty hard.
I'm 3 meters tall on a cold day.
This is an excellent test of your vehicle because it's safe. If anything goes wrong, you can reverse out of it.
It's very wombat holey, so it kind of really tests the flex as you're coming up through it. That's where we get those nice, cool, tasty wheel drop lines through there and the top there.
We do get sent on Instagram stories of IFS cars with broken tie rods here.
Snap tie rods. This track in particular seems to just want to break tie rods.
It's the old tie rod eater, this one. So
it is. I've also heard of some CVs being snapped on this one.
Yeah, well, that comes from not being locked and just slamming your wheels down. So
yeah,
gotta be careful.
You can get up it, not locked, but it would be a lot of work and it'd be very hard on your car.
So yeah, let's take the brand new Prado straight into this one and let's get stuck into it.
Because we are the world's best real Landcruiser review team. Oh, I better lock the hubs actually. Landcruiser, Landcruiser thing. Oh, don't know. Guess I'll put it in full drive.
Come on, mate. Is this your first automatic Landcruiser or something?
Oh yeah, neutral. Oh, that's a better focus. Okay, so over here we've got all the lane stuffs turned off. Over here and here. We're in 4 low, this is flashing up VSC off, and we've also got traction off. We do also have down here a 2nd gear start and a crawl mode, so I don't know how to use those. This one is the, I think we're going to call it maybe a 5 out of 10 because you can get a factory car up it, but it is kind of, you're going to take your steps out and you want to pick your line. But 5 out of 10, intermediate, below intermediate.
Prediction on the Prado and a loss of sidestep.
I'm going to have to come at this one with a bit of an angle because we don't have the approach angle. Tito's down the bottom, so I've got no spotter on this one. Fredo's very new to off-roading, he's a tourer, but we're going to go for a bit of, I reckon that's a, oh, we're wheel lift already. Alright, so I was trying to save the front there, but we're going to have to go a little straighter at it and maybe take out the front visor. That's a rear wheel lift. And the front doesn't really like it too much. Oh, there we go. And we are up the first step. Now, there's a rock on the left to contend with here, so we're just going to take her a bit easy. I'm not going to go easy on it either, because we're the world's best review team of the new Landcruiser. Alright, we've missed the rock. Now, just at this turn section is when the step goes. And that's the step there. And just gonna drive through that. And we're good. Oh, let me get away from that guy. Oh look, it did better than I thought it was going to do. It's just a little bit tippy. Oh, stuck on a branch. Stuck on a branch. I can't even get over a branch.
He's done himself a proper.
I'm beached.
What's happened?
I'm stuck.
That to me looks like a little mischief.
The shock mount. Shock mount's a touch low.
Ran out of talent, eh?
Yeah. Can't see under the car apparently. Well, we took out the side step, so that was as expected. I didn't expect this one though, but I'm gonna try and rest off it.
Alrighty guys, that was the beginner track, let's say. So time to let the Prado have a go at the more intermediate level obstacles.
I'm just nudging up to the first step. Right, we are up the first step, up the second step. Now's the part. Oh, that's the slider. Nah, it's doing exactly what we thought, which is stuck on the slider, slides the rear end across, and you end up pointing straight at that tree. I don't know if you guys can see it. It slides the car that way and you end up hitting it. So that's it, that's me. Little trick for coming down things is banger in neutral, so you're not actually trying to drive backwards if you've got an auto. Learned that lesson in my K-truck when I lost the rear brakes. Do you reckon have a crack at the left side or? So the other way you can take that line is try and go real left, but it can sometimes slide you down into that tree anyway. That way, or should I come down and just go the whole car up the left?
Either way, but right where you are is the ruts.
Oh yeah, that big step.
Yeah, left hand down, or stop, go slow. Right. Yep.
It's a nice hole, that one.
Slowly get the back up.
It's funny, traction control came on even though it says it's off.
Yeah, nice drive.
Oh, driving ponting. Bit of a tree root step. This caught me out up there before. The bloody thing caught on the shock. Just low hanging shocks, this thing. So now you see the intermediate. That's why I gave her a bit of a 7.
So Macca, you just lost your front wind deflector off the front bumper. How do you feel?
Also, I got the free 4-inch lift kit.
I've got a front wind deflector for sale if you want it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
beautiful. Oh, yeah, man. They are beefed up a little more than normal. The last one I took out, was that the Ranger? It just like popped off, like it just went boom. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, it wasn't a real Landcruiser. Trusty Hilux, something I'm a little more familiar with. The steering's a little heavier, so it doesn't have the electric steering. Not to say the new models don't, this is a 21. And we've got a little more clearance. We also have a rear locker, so factory SR5 is rear lock. Let's go neutral, let's go full low, and let's go rear locker. Same sort of stuff, traction turns off, all that on low, so that's kind of cool. We haven't got rear locker yet. There it is, it's in.
Time to let the N80 Hilux have a go, and this is just so you can get a comparison with another
wheel lift in the air, the rear again.
Factory vehicle to see if in fact the Prado's any better or worse at this stage of the build.
Oh, there's one step.
If you're wondering why we didn't bring the 300 series, it's not entirely fair at the moment. We have had it here already on the test track and it drove everything quite easily.
It's the exact same line that Prado did.
Due to the modifications. That is the end game. Aim for the Prado. We're going to be able to drive it through every obstacle here without any damage.
Oh, the rear locker makes a big difference. Yeah. that stat? Ah, better line. And that big juicy rock. Let's see if we can get up these bloody palm root, these big roots. Oh, it's worse than the Prado. Oh, there we go. Still can't get up her. There you go. Okay. My cruiser just walks up these. Interesting. We'll see if the bigger tyres and the muddy tyres will fix that. We are on street tyres, so. And we're at 40 pound. Funnily enough, I'd love to look up the gear ratios and the transfer case ratios, because this actually feels a bit torquier when the Prado has the electric takeoff, so it should have, you know, 700 Newton meters of torque taken off. Interesting, interesting. This feels like it just wants to go. Don't know, I can't tell if it's slower or faster though, but it feels like it just wants to punch.
Back in the spot where the Prado had no luck and had to turn around, so let's see if that rear locker makes any difference here. I've got a feeling due to the wheel and tyre combo, we are lacking a fair bit of ground clearance, and this is also going to be a bit of an ask for a factory Hilux.
Yeah, it does exactly what we thought it would do. Tried to go from this side a little more. Hilux for the win on this one. Although, rear locker.
And now you're in a situation.
Exactly what happens on this track is you end up sideways to it in a bit of a situation. So now I've got to do a 100-point turn to try and get out of this situation, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown on my thoughts.
You can watch an old Hilux, just do it all easily if you want to.
Yeah, let's get the LN to show us how it's done.
Actually, I need to test out the torque converter, and my lockers are working, and forward drive and all that. We had everything apart. So. Oh, we got Prado on the LN, mate.
Unimpressed.
On the test track.
The aim for our Prado build is for it to be able to do exactly what the Hilux is about to, and that is to drive every obstacle here without damage and with ease. Just a bit of a demonstration of what we have in store for the Prado build.
Just park it over there, turn around, let me out. That's probably the move. Jesus. Oh my God.
Doesn't look this bad on camera, does it?
Oh my God. Dude.
The little tyres are even up.
Wow, how sick. God, you really just don't get a sense of how steep this shit is, eh?
Happy to report the new torque converter in this thing is working a treat. And now if you've been following the channel for a while now, you'll know that we've had a number of brand new cars that get here without success and...
Oi. Oh, I think my butthole just took a bite out of the seat.
And by the end of the build, they are driving this no dramas at all, including a brand new Wild Track Ranger, N80 Hilux, 79 series.
Dude, that's psycho.
And of course my 300 series. So if you want to see the Prado doing this with ease, make sure you're subscribed and you don't miss out on any future episodes.
You need a couple of holy shit handles. The camera's concentrating. Oh my God. Oh, that's a horrible feeling.
Easy.
Yeah, so easy. So easy.
Still got another foot before you're even on the rock, so it's a hard no.
Yeah, well, told you it was like 4 meters high. Oh, I got myself a king chrome tape measure here. Get some actual measurements. So before we get into the functions of what these cars have and the differences, we'll let's myth bust. Is the interior the same size and even the exterior as the 300 series? It's a brand new Landcruiser 250. That's right, Landcruiser, and it could be yours. Shedlifeclub.com. We also have the mighty SR5 behind us, both getting built, both going to be Shed Life specials, and jump in the club if you want to try and win it. Cheers guys, appreciate all the support. As always, you bunch of bloody legends.
If lock the car.
Hands-free locking.
On top of the armrest, I guess, would make sense.
Yeah, I'm going the tightest point of the armrest to the other tightest point is 1380. Okay, we've got 1472. So nearly 100 mil wider armrest to armrest.
How about you do top of
You
door?
want to do top of door to
Because
top?
that's what actually feels, I think.
Okay, top of door to top of door measurement. This is obviously just the front is 1560. So top of door to top of door here, 1500.
Yeah, it's definitely skinnier.
300 is wider.
And you can feel it when you're inside.
And if you, it kind of comes forward a bit here, but you don't really sit there.
Yeah.
Let's go cockpit size. 640 millimeters. And one other measurement I want to get while we're here, 280 seat to seat. Oh, that's pretty similar. We got 650, 350 center console. So that is a much wider center console.
Yeah, and like I say, you can feel the difference. It's
I
not the
told you.
same size car. I don't know why everyone's going on about it being the same thing.
Why?
I
It's so
think the
fast.
only thing that is the same is the wheelbase, which we can prove now.
We improve wheelbase. Well,
We
let's-
can't do wheel track because it's not very fair at the moment.
True.
So the wheel size,
True,
but
correct.
I was thinking the back of the rear seats to the boot door.
Okay, so straight away, this is a 7-seater, this 300 series. As you can see, the seats fold dead flat into the ground. The GXL Prado is also a 7-seat, but they don't fold flat. Everyone's going on about it, and yes, it does suck. And that could be, if you need 7 seats, only sometimes, this could be one of the reasons why you'd go the 300 over the Prado.
Close the boot door, and from that seat to the door, we'll take that measurement.
1150, but height-wise,
Oh yeah.
950, and
Oh, he's doing them all.
width-wise
To the cup holders.
to the cup holders is 1300.
Now that is a win, I'll admit. I wish my back window opened.
Pull this out.
Oh, wait, what's going on in here?
So this is the cargo screen that you're never going to use because when this folds flat, how does this fold flat?
It'll be this here.
Oh yeah, that's the room you got. So if you've got a cargo barrier here, it's not ideal. I'm actually going to show you guys. I'm going to try and do a budget third row delete because I know a lot of guys are on a GXL budget, but they don't want this situation.
Yeah.
So I'm going to figure out a way where I can hopefully just build something with a little bit of stick-on carpet and some plywood or form ply, eliminate this situation. So I don't think it's a big deal. There's some companies already making stuff, but I don't think it's gonna be that hard. And I've already spoken to Toyota about warranty and they're like, it's fine. Because there is batteries underneath it, but they said, look, you're not touching the wiring, it's fine. If you're allowed to sit on it, then you're allowed to put a board over. I've actually got a speaker in the back door here, that's kind of cool. But we have got, bang on, 1150.
Oh, that's interesting. Well,
Yeah.
that would explain the wheelbase being the same, though.
Yeah. Cup holder to cup holder, oh, much skinnier, 1150.
And then the height, you've got the chairs in the way.
Wow, if you're going off the GXL, you've got 780. But
And
if you go off the floor,
should be the same. 950 or more.
meter 60.
Oh, we got another 100 mil if you go.
Yeah, but
My
these-
seats
yours
fold
has
into-
seats in it and it's still 950.
Yeah, it's
So-
not comparable in the
No.
height.
They're definitely a smaller, skinnier car.
Just loves to measure stuff, this bloke.
Steering wheel,
Such a dad, eh?
steering wheel to seat is about 1650, roughly eyeballing it. About 1700. It's very similar. So
Well, it comes back to that wheelbase being the same.
yeah,
Yeah, length, which
Length
is wheelbase.
Seems, yeah, length seems to be right,
So it's skinny but long.
but skinny.
It's long and skinny.
Seems we're talking about boot space. Now, if you want to save yourself $20,000, still have 5 seats, leather, Apple CarPlay, and a whopping 1,500 millimeters of boot space.
And I'd hazard a guess it's got a fair bit more load capacity.
And you can fit a ton in the back. So I was actually chatting to Shane the other day, and I said to him, what would you buy, a Hilux or a Prado? And he's like, I love the Prado, but his missus rides horses. and he showed me a photo of their Corolla in the back, and it is just full of hay.
Yeah,
So that's why you'd buy yourself a Hilux.
it makes
Still a
sense.
family car, still got baby seat points.
Wheelbase time. Just eyeball it, I get. Or do you want to go center?
Just go center, yep. We are 2860. 2860.
Oh, I would have thought.
Nearly 3100.
No tow bar included, just the bumper.
That is about 5.2, 4.95-ish. Now the Cruiser's got a bull bar on the front, but
I think it's, yeah, actually,
it's
probably
very
not fair.
similar.
I think it was probably less.
That is 5.05.
Yeah, we'll say it's the same because it's got a bull bar. The inside of the door handles.
We got about 1800 on the Prado. This isn't very technical, guys, but we are the world's best reviewed team of Land Cruisers.
I'm not wrong.
That is 1950. Nah, the body pretty much goes out the same width as the flare, just about 2 meters. There you go. The body width is a lot wider. I'm pretty sure these run like a POS 60 wheel, whereas these are like a POS 40 from factory or a POS 30.
POS 60 is feral.
It is.
Alright, here you got a bit of a spec sheet.
All right, we do have a bit of a spec sheet. I've actually lost it. Before we get into the specs, I just want to straight up talk about features in this car. So the full drive stuff in the 300 works very similar. It's got second gear takeoff, but
That's weird as.
yeah, it's got all the crawl functions, it's got a few drive modes, but elephant in the room is wireless CarPlay.
I'll straight up admit, guys, this is better than
Yeah.
that car.
100%.
This is better. Being absolutely stitched up as 300 series owners.
Leather accent, they call it. But basically, it's a really nice feel leather.
So for a GXL, much better than the GXL of a 300.
Yeah, so the GXL of T-300
Currently,
is
anyway.
currently
Nowhere near this.
nowhere near this. There you go, you can see all around the car. That's because the boot's open, it's looking at the sky.
That's a very bad example.
Yeah, really bad example, but there's the 300. Oh, look at that, there's a boot close button.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to get out of the car.
I'll
Can you do that? Oh, no, he can't.
I really wish I had the window. Like, so again, this is another win for the Prado.
Now, I reckon they could have gone one better again and gone like the old school Surf, where it's electric roll down rear window. That'd have been cool. But anyway, it's better than nothing. So, got the Landcruiser 300 Series GXL. Let's go into pricing. So we've got $118,000 for that bad boy. Prado is $85,435. This is taken from our postcode on the website. I actually paid more than that. I don't know why I got stitched up. The Hilux SR5 is $67,859. Putting them together, the Prado is $32,000 cheaper than the 300 series.
Could be because it's missing half its engine. Who knows?
3.3 litre V6. These two are 2.8 litre 4 cylinders. Now, we did have a cheeky 0 to 100 off the other day on the highway, and let me tell you, the 300 series absolutely boosted past me like I was standing still. It ran. It wasn't just a close race. It was the 300 is gone. So 100%. Oh, man, these will tow, but that's going to tow way better if you ask me. Transmission 10 speed versus 8 speed. The SR5 is 6 speed. I'm not sure if the new ones are 8 speed, but currently 6 speed. That one is 6 speed. This is just off the Toyota spec sheets. This isn't at the wheels or anything. 227 kilowatt, 150 kilowatt, 150 kilowatt. Torque is 700 Newton meters on the V6, 500 Newton meters on these two bad boys. And these have electric start, so I don't know if those figures come into extra torque with the electric or
You're
not.
meaning just take off in general?
Yeah. Oh, it's an EV. Did you know? I waved to Tesla guys.
Oh,
So it's an
okay.
EV with a diesel generator in it.
Yeah.
So that's another sore point. A lot of guys are like, it's not an EV, why has it got an EV badge? Look, I believe this is something to do.
So that's because for traffic responders, fireys and that, when they get to a crash, they need to know there's batteries inside.
Correct. Plus,
It's not to say it's a full electric car.
correct. Plus, they don't know if it's on or off because electricity is,
Just there, you know?
it's there. You
It's-
can't see it.
It's definitely magical.
It is magical. And without that EV badge, they might just go up, touch a door and get electrocuted themselves. But I know it's only 48 volt, but 48 volt can still pack a punch.
Oh.
Bonnet struts. Okay. What? Oh, no bonnet struts. I'd pay the 30 grand just for the bonnet struts.
Bloody 2 turbos in this one, might I add.
You wouldn't even know this thing's been to the Simpson Desert, actually.
No, oh, I would. Now these are never real life in my opinion, but let's go off the spec sheet. 8.9 litres per 100, 7.6 litres per 100, which makes sense. 7.2 litres per 100 on the Hilux.
Ooh, Luxy for the win on that one.
Fuel tank size 110, I've never been able to fit that much in it. Also the same on this one. You would assume this goes a really long way. It's a big fuel tank. The Hilux is 80 litres.
You don't have that, do you?
Oh my goodness, is this AdBlue?
It's AdBlue.
But both the 300 series and the Hilux are just traditional diesel, no AdBlue. Turning circle on the 300, 11.8 meters. Is this the diameter? I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say diameter.
Prado, who thinks the Prado would be better? Same wheelbase though, so
Gotta be the same.
should be the same. No, in fact, it's more, 12 meters even.
There you go, pretty close.
Alrighty, so the weight, 300 series, 2,580 kilograms from factory. 2,535 kilograms, so easy to say, it's pretty much the same car. 2,150.
Woo,
That would suggest the better fuel economy. Start off the Hilux on this one.
Oh, I think it's gonna win this battle.
We've got a clear winner here. We've got a 900 kilo payload, which is actually more than I thought a dual cab. Didn't know it could do that much.
Yeah.
900 kilos.
Toyota tough, mate.
Hence the leaf springs, guys. That's why it's got leaf springs. 615 kilograms. All right, yeah, the 300 series is 700 kilo payload. So
Oh, there you go.
that doesn't actually even make sense.
No.
Why is it more?
Oh, I can explain that actually.
Explain it to me.
Now, the reason behind the payload is a couple things. They're actually got a thicker chassis. So the Prado has a thinner chassis. There's actually a YouTube of one of the Toyota engineers explaining it all. Not to mention, Superior has gone above and beyond with research on this and found that the rear diff axles, like the housing, it's 1 millimeter thinner steel as well. So we've got some coil differences, we've got some metal thickness differences, so obviously things are a little weaker, so that brings payloads, axle loads, all that stuff down.
So
Even the upper control arms on the 300 are boxed, whereas the Prado are not, which, you know, when you put your Superior kit in, they end up identical anyway, with billet goodness, hopefully. We're working on that, so that's where it's going next, so that Superior can finish all their testing.
So long story short, just a lot beefier
Beefier, a lot stronger car, and that goes without saying to handle the bigger engine, the bigger power, and the bigger torque. So this did not need it, because it's not a powerhouse, power-hungry car.
However, I suspect some caravan owners are going to tow the same amount.
Oh, exactly. Well, that brings me to the next point, towing. The GBM on the 300 series, we have a clear winner with 3280 kilos. We've got the Prado at 3150 and Hilux at 3050 kilos. Pretty similar GBMs. As TJ mentioned, gives us another point. Towing. All three cars, 1, 2, 3, can tow 3.5 ton. Is interesting considering 3 different transmissions, 3 different engine types, 3 different chassis types, 2 different suspension setups, but they can all tow the same. Now, I don't know, I only really tow cars around, I don't tow big caravans. I did that one time on that trip. That was a 3.5 ton caravan, or like hybrid, and I tell you what, it felt hard on the car, and that was a V8 79 series, 300 plus horsepower, and it felt hard on the car. But moving on.
What else we got, Dad?
Gas struts, 32 grand.
Oh, polo pack.
Brother, ew.
Do you like our shirts?
Zalia loved it. This is what I don't understand. Maybe someone can answer this. So the push to start on this is on the left. The Hilux is on the right. Is yours on the left? On the left as well. They're all Toyotas. Just put them all on the same side.
Interiors, but I don't know.
Don't buy a Hilux because it's on the right. No, you can't find it. Once you're used to one spot, you actually can't find anything. So leather seats, we got no, yes, yes.
It's a bit unfair because that's an SR5 Hilux, yeah?
Which is basically a GXL.
Nah, SR5's the top model.
All right, so TJ thinks it's unfair,
that's the top model Hilux, and that's the base model.
Well, there is a GR Hilux which is above the SR5 as well. The SRs do not.
They're not even push button stuff.
No, I swear they still got wind-up windows, but these two have center diff lock,
which is just another word for four-wheel drive.
Basically,
because they're an all-wheel drive system on road.
Yeah, so as TJ mentioned, it's nothing really to get excited about. It's more of an all-wheel drive car situation.
Whereas the Hilux is a rear-wheel drive.
Rear-wheel drive, and it comes factory with a rear diff lock.
Now
The
that is
Prado and the 300 series do not,
Nope.
and neither do the VX, I believe. The
Only the-
Altitude and the Kakadu,
Have a rear.
they have a rear, and obviously Saharas, I believe, are twin-locked.
No, only GR Sport is
Oh,
twin
GR
locked.
Sport is
None
twin-locked.
of the other models have any locker.
There you go, and I don't think any Prados are twin-locked. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, it won't be in this episode, but
Got to be able to do the test track without damage, mate.
exactly right. So we've got Harrop e-lockers coming for this bad boy. They are already available. I know they've been fitted to the front of an Altitude down there in their test vehicle. So twin locked, and we'll see how she goes. See, just wave to the neighbour. I'd just like to thank my neighbours for lending us the cul-de-sac all the time. Oh, can you do that with yours?
Yeah, look, you've got me there. So there is a fair few options on the Prado, which are definitely better like this situation going on. I love the window, I love the tech pack, I love how this window opens. I really wish mine had that.
Give us your honest opinion on the 300 GXL versus the 250 Prado GXL, being
GXL?
a real Landcruiser owner himself.
Yeah, I'm a real Landcruiser owner, not if you ask those 200 series owners though.
Because he's missing 2 cylinders.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I'm missing 4, but so is...
You're missing half your engine, mate, let's be honest.
Yeah, if you want a mum bus, basically.
I think, yeah, if you want a mum bus to go get the groceries, you're not going to tow anything or do anything that requires huge power. GXL Prado is definitely the better option than a GXL 300, only due to the price. If price is not an issue, I'd probably go the 300 series.
GXL 300 series, would you buy a top of the line like Kakadu Altitude?
If you're going to spend 120 grand, you'd be silly to buy the Prado. You would only ever buy that car.
Ooh, there you go.
It is.
You've heard it first.
The way, the power that has and how it drives compared to this, it's on another playing field. It's not the same car. So in my opinion, if you're going to spend over 120 grand, you would only ever get the 300 series. It makes no sense to spend that much money on this car.
Correct.
So it's a money thing, but that's my opinion. So take that.
And I don't know if we mentioned, you've heard it first from, I don't know if we mentioned earlier, these reviews aren't really fair because there's a Hilux and a 300 series tech change going on right now. You can't even order
apparently
either of the
you can't
cars.
even, like I was about to say, hold off on ordering, but you're not even allowed to order because
No, they've stopped orders.
They're about to change it because they know they've stuffed up here.
Oh yeah, they've
Well, the interior and that.
they've gone well overboard on the interior in here.
My interior is horrid compared to this one, but anyway, even the GR Sport, it's nowhere near this. Nowhere near.
No.
So yeah, they've really stuffed up there.
Yeah.
Not stuffed up, they've just gone above and beyond with the tech on the Prado.
And then left the expensive car behind. But
yeah, it's about to change, we're told.
I'm not dirty. I bought the real Landcruiser. And this is just our take on the 250. We are off-road guys.
We're not testing towing or fuel consumption or any of the stuff.
How much weight and accessories you can put on the roof.
We're just, the aim is to make this as capable as it can be, basically.
So stay tuned. We're going to turn this into a bit of a flexi boy. And
Want to see us do anything in particular with the car, let us know, obviously, in the comments, and we'll do our best because we've got a fair few videos, fair bit of content with this car coming. We're
I'm just going to jump ahead of one of them. I won't be doing a shed skid. Sorry, guys.
front tail shaft out.
Oh, yeah, they're all-wheel drive. I didn't even think of that.
Kissing is a color, a loving is a wild dog. She's got the look.